Ladies and gentlemen, in the new era of Call of Duty since Modern Warfare 2019, since Battle Passes became a thing, since Warzone 1 has become a thing, Call of Duty has had a huge identity problem. The studios no longer know what Call of Duty is, what Call of Duty should be, and Call of Duty in general is trying too hard to be everything all at once. The perfect way to describe Call of Duty right now throughout all of gaming is that it's like Fortnite. It's a jack of all trades, but master of none. But at the same time, Call of Duty sucks at being a jack of all trades, master of none. Fortnite, on the other hand, has got it mastered to an absolute T. That's why it's arguably the biggest game of all time. But let's not get off topic in this video. I want to talk about the next two Call of Duty games that are in line. Black Ops 7 and Modern Warfare 4. These two games alone will have a minimum of 4 modes: campaign, multiplayer, zombies or DMZ, and Warzone. And if we're just being honest, 4 modes across those two games is way too much. There's too much focus on trying to be like every game, like Fortnite, like Apex Legends, or even other zombie games or online FPS games, and there's not enough focus on being good at 1 or 2 game modes. Call of Duty can have so many different experiences that are so different, not because of skill-based matchmaking, but because of the game modes that it offers. And obviously that's a good thing, but it gets to a certain point where other things start to fail and be bad. There's been a huge decline within the campaign community and the love and care that campaign has gotten. A lot of the stories just don't feel as connecting, as good as the ones from previous games. And then you go over to zombies. As of right now, Black Ops 6's Zombies game mode was horrible when it came to the direction the game went, the gameplay for the game, and also the story. And then you go over to multiplayer, that has been lackluster the last couple of years as well. The same old recycled content. We got Shoe House in Vanguard and also in Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3. The same map in 2 to 3 different versions of the game. What are we doing? There's also been a ton of other recycled maps and content and weapons as well. And there's nothing new or original about multiplayer as well. And you go over to Warzone, that's had a huge issue as well. We've been playing Verdansk and the same maps basically the entire time since Warzone was introduced back in 2020. And there's no map rotation, there's no change within the meta. There's literally nothing good going for Warzone at all. Compared to other battle royales that are coming out and getting updated constantly, Warzone's one of the worst ones. Well, the one thing I want to really show you guys is this clip from my good friend TheRick, who has once again come out with another video and an absolute banger, calling out and exposing Black Ops 7 and the massive issue the game has with Battlefield 6 and Battlefield's BR coming out soon.
And we just need to, in general, Call of Duty, go back to your roots. Go back to what made the franchise what it is. All right, it's not what we've seen the past 5 or 6 years. It's not what we've seen the past 8 years. I need you guys to go back to Black Ops 1, to Black Ops 2, to MW1, to MW2, the OG games. I need you guys to go back there and get all that shit back to what we are playing today.
And Rick really made a good point of what Call of Duty should do, which is go back to their roots and remember what made Call of Duty a great game that was beloved by so many people. I think a lot of us who are complaining or criticizing Call of Duty right now would love to see a remastered version of a Call of Duty game from the past, like Black Ops 1, COD 4 once again, Black Ops 2 or Modern Warfare 3, or even Call of Duty Ghosts, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's just so many ways Call of Duty could make the fans happy, but they're just not doing it, which makes zero sense. Before we get into the video though, ladies and gentlemen, I would appreciate if you guys drop a like, hit that subscribe button, and hype up that video. Doing those 3 things would help out my channel a ton. And if you're already watching this far, I know you'll probably like my other videos coming out soon. But back onto the video. Like the last time Call of Duty was in the dumps like this and it was on its last leg with the community during the futuristic supply drop era, they had Infinite Warfare released with a Call of Duty 4 remaster. And if we're just going off of the fun and, you know, the views of both games on YouTube, Call of Duty 4 Remastered was way more popular and loved by the community and just general gamers. There's a big reason why Black Ops 7 is changing their focus of a futuristic Call of Duty and trying to look more realistic and trying to look more military sim. It's because they realized, yo, we effed up and we did not understand what the community and just people who game want. We don't understand what the casuals want anymore. We are lost. And I think if Call of Duty's like that, where they're pivoting and readjusting what they're doing, now is a great time for Call of Duty to tap in to what made them Call of Duty. And for these new devs and these new studios to prove that they still got it. And I also think when it comes to remastering and remaking a Call of Duty game from the past, it would be super beneficial for the devs, especially the new ones. They will come in and learn what makes a good Call of Duty game that is beloved by players and appreciated by the players. And they wouldn't feel like it's a waste of time or a waste of effort or, you know, they're getting nowhere with their careers. Because if we're being honest, when you're a game dev, you really think about, oh my God, what are the players saying? Not just, oh, I'm making this much money, this amount of profit and revenue I have. If you care about that as a game dev, then maybe you should change your career. But yeah, like an old Call of Duty remaster or something that just changes the way Call of Duty feels right now would be amazing. Something that is familiar and nostalgic would be great. And obviously, I'm not talking about guns and maps. I'm talking about the actual gameplay and the actual look and feel of Call of Duty right now. That needs to go back. If they really want to recycle content and recycle the same maps, guns, all that stuff, and the operators, I think it would be perfect for them to just remake or remaster a complete old Call of Duty and not just give us pieces and glimpses of these older Call of Duty maps and weapons from older Call of Duty games. Now's the perfect time to remaster a game. And another thing I want to talk about is just the Call of Duty fatigue that everyone is feeling right now. It is a real thing. Players who got into the game and the franchise with Modern Warfare 2019 and Warzone 1 are feeling tired of buying and playing and experiencing the same thing. I feel like now is a great time for Call of Duty to offer something new to these new players from the new era of Call of Duty, like a remastered game, or to give players what we want, the changes and fixes that we want. Because if they don't, Call of Duty is going to continue to get hated on online and have a bad reputation. If Call of Duty wants to succeed and get out of this deserved hate right now that it's in, it's time for them to listen to the people who know what a good Call of Duty is and what makes Call of Duty Call of Duty. We have games upon games, years upon years of experiences of changes within Call of Duty. So I feel like us fans know what is good and bad for all different game modes, from zombies, campaign, multiplayer, and Warzone. And another thing I want to talk about is the fact that Activision is sucking at having a good relationship with the fans. This is literally PR 101 that I'm going to teach you guys right now. As soon as I've become a PR major for my college, I'm currently learning the general code of ethics and values that all PR people follow. And I'm going to be honest, Activision's PR team absolutely fucking sucks at maintaining a 50-50 relationship with us players. There is literally no fairness, there is no honesty, and there is no good relationship anymore when it comes to Call of Duty and the fans. Activision has made it pretty clear with the decisions in Black Ops 6 and Warzone this past year that they don't see us as a community or a player anymore. They just see us as an extra way to make money. And I'm going to be honest, with all this stuff with like ads being in kill cams and the created class system, no real fix for the anti-cheat, a lack of communication, the hate and criticism is deserved and warranted this time around for Call of Duty. Activision, you guys deserve to fail and crash this year. Maybe if you guys treat us like real human beings and not cows that you guys want to milk and reuse all the time, the community and the overall reception of Call of Duty would be better. I feel like we as players have made it pretty clear that you guys have lost our trust and our love to this game and franchise. And the only way you guys can really make it right is by listening to us and changing for the better. And in my opinion, in order for Call of Duty to get better, they need to fail and start listening to community in every single way. This is why I'm super excited for Battlefield 6 and other games to come out throughout the next year, especially during Modern Warfare 4 with GTA 6. Competition makes Call of Duty change. And the fact that people are calling out and talking about what problems they have with the game is a good thing. Everybody that's watching this video, you guys need to continue dropping a like, commenting under posts, shitting on Call of Duty, or talking about the problems that Call of Duty has right now. Educate other players that are not daily Call of Duty players that don't know what's going on. Explain to them and show them examples of Call of Duty being bad. And keep talking about what you think is right or wrong with the game. Because the more we're able to do that, the more people will come to understand what the genuine problem is. Nothing gets changed if nothing is talked about, ladies and gentlemen. And right now is the perfect time for us Call of Duty players to make a change for Call of Duty and make our feelings heard. But yeah, I'm out this bitch. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.